Tonight, from Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Indianapolis Colts taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars.
And we drop you into the start of this next possession. The score, 7-0. Throwing on first down. Hawkins. That's to the veteran tight end, Carter Landry. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 4 catches, 85 yards, and a touchdown.
Look, I know everybody wants to be number 1 in everything they do, but he's number 2 in the league in receiving yards. That's a strong number, a strong year, and they want that to continue.
A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. And they'll run it. This is James Robinson. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8. Well, this defense for the Colts, they were very good in the victory a week ago over Cincinnati.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run. Second and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a first down.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40. Back to throw. Hawkins steps away to his left. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds.
Partner, it's often that man coverage is easier for a quarterback to run against. You get your receivers going downfield. Those guys are staying with them, and oftentimes they have their back to the quarterback, which opens up a lot of space and room, and they don't even know that he's taken off with it. What a big-time pickup on that play.
Here's the tight end. This is Landry. That catch good for only a couple. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
On second down, it's Robinson. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6.
The running game's played a huge part in getting them down to this point on the field. I say stay with it. Keep pounding the football. Keep driving. Keep grinding.
Yeah, even down in the red zone, keep going for it.
No doubt about it. Dance with what brung you.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. And give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal. They're mounting a nice drive here. Good chunk of yardage there again. O-line, they've been solid this drive.
They have that look about them right now that says, if you do anything but run the ball behind us, you're crazy. They have really moved it well on this drive, and they want to finish it off the same way.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. Hawkins right there. Chenault for the Jacksonville touchdown. LaVisca Chenault, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Jaguars are within an extra point of tying this one up. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Here's Robinson again on 2nd down. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. These two teams, they met earlier in the year in Jacksonville with the Jags coming out on top. So if they can find a way to win here in Indianapolis, they would take the season series 2-0. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Working with a 2nd and 3. Back to throw. Hawkins. Completing here to Marvin Jones. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in the defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the 1st down.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Looking for Landry, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Gary and Conley. And the Colts force the turnover. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And following that punt, which turned out as well as it possibly could have, this offense has 99 yards to go to the other end zone.
And the defense is frothing at the mouth.
And he is not going to get away. The rush was too strong, and this is going to wind up as... So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. On 1st and 10, Hawkins. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Forced out to his left. Into the secondary, past the 40. And all the way up to the 45-yard line.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
On 1st down, Hawkins. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Off the play fake. Hawkins. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete.
Well, sometimes those cliches really come true, don't they? When they talk about it takes all 11 to play good defense. We've seen that in this ball game. I think the secondary has to be singled out, though. They are in the presence of every receiver whenever the ball's thrown. And this one, they have forced another incompletion.
The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still 4th down.
That was a good effort there, trying to do it on his own. But as a defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities behind you. And if you take off too quick to try and get him down, he might loft it over your head.
So better to track with your man defensively than try to go up and make a stop on the quarterback.
Exactly right. What you're hoping is that your guys in the front 7 can get him down.
And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Operating from the gun, Hawkins. And connecting here with DJ Shark. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they've put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground. That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Hawkins. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
All right, Captain. It's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on 3rd and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you kind of run out of your running plays, fire another one into the end zone.
And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down.
I like this effort there. He got it done on his own, but let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Jaguars have taken the lead. And, Charles, maybe that's one they... Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. 2nd and 10. Off play action. Hawkins. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Good news, they kept the ball. Bad news, it's 3rd and long. Off the play fake. Hawkins. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. And that'll be incomplete. They took their shot, but the coverage up to the task, and it forces a 4th down. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And it's a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete. A surprise. predictably. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. Now a play fake here on first down. That's going to be caught. It's Chenault. And they work this well upfield across the 45. They go play action here on first down. He's got his veteran tight end Landry. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Being chased out left. Man open, here is Jones. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
I have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Buying time to his left. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
Looking to throw. Hawkins. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Julian Blackman. And the Colts are going to get the... So this offense will head back out there. Already an excellent field position thanks to the interception. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's got a man wide open. It's Landry. And they move this all the way down to the 9. So it's first and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Back to throw. Hawkins. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they trail here to begin the second half. What's going to be a key for them to get back in the game?
I think they're right there, and I think this game is still up for the taking for them because we always talk about turnovers. They had 2 of them in the first half, and once you start talking about if you have 3, 4, or 5, you know it's beyond difficult to try and win a football game with that. Those have to be eliminated. If they take care of the ball, they've still got a shot.
So pass interference the call, and that does not look to be going over too well on the defensive side.
Or on their sideline, because I believe their head coach is saying right now, hey, you've got to call that both ways.
And he'll go down at the 28. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down. Looking to throw. Hawkins. Man open is Robinson. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taking them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
From the gun, Hawkins. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. On second down now, it's Robinson. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
Dance, and he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. A great play. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. Throwing on first down. Hawkins steps away to his left. He'll have a first down past the 40. And finally brought down right at the midfield stripe. Not only another first down, that also puts him over 100 yards rushing.
That's not something you see very often in the NFL. We see it more in college. But I think with more of the melding of the college game with quarterbacks, we'll see this a little bit more often in the future.
Off play action. Hawkins. And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's second down now. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That's pulled in, the veteran Carter Landry. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 33.
Good job there of getting his tight end involved because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a first down.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And down inside the 15 he goes.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Corey Willis. And the Colts are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
And that one a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe that he'll be brought down by the Colts. And they're going to speed things up here. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's caught left side by Landry. And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
On 1st and 10, Hawkins forced out to his left. And he's going to be down at the 35, gain of 7.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
To throw on 2nd down, Hawkins. And this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a 4th pick of the ball game. From the shotgun on third down. Hawkins. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 23.
Carter Landry, at this stage of his career, we know he's had some injuries, and he's been around a time or two, but definitely still a factor when you need the tough yards on third downs. And he uses those big mitts of his to pull that one in and keep the drive moving.
Being chased out left. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done.
Well, to me, this leads to the question, do you admire the way he puts his body out there all the time, or do you think he should protect himself a little bit more?
Well, he's been on the ground several times with all those sacks that he's taken. So, I don't know, I kind of admire him not sliding down there, don't you?
I'm with you on that one. The meter definitely leans towards admiration.
It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down.
I'll tell you what, this offense is playing a little bit of keep away right now. They've come out here in the third quarter, possessed the ball for quite a while, and they keep on converting. Nice pitch and catch there to set up the first and goal.
And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be second and goal.
Now, that's the defense that they were looking for, being able to get extra bodies to the point of attack to deal with the big guy carrying the ball. You really don't want to be in a position where it's a one-on-one tackle with him.
They'll try and run. This is Robinson. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's third and goal. One quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. About a half yard from the end zone, third and goal. They'll go with a keeper. Only a few inches needed on the sneak. He didn't get it, and now it's fourth down. It's a quarterback sneak, and he is over the line for another rushing touchdown.
Is he a quarterback or is he a tailback?
It's their quarterback. Both offenses have been clicking in this one. A lot of points on the board. We'll see if that trend continues. Off the play fake. Hawkins. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. And this is going to fall to the ground incomplete. That very nearly their fourth pick of the game. Instead, second down. So now second and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To throw again. Hawkins. He's going to go up top again. And this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a fourth pick of the ball game. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big...
The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. And how about this? Fourth and long, and they're going to go for it. Now they go for it on fourth, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. On first down, Hawkins. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jones. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Oh, a contested ball here, and it's going to be caught. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A big play that time through the air. 30 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for first and 10. And that is caught. What a catch inside the 5.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And incomplete. Landry again the intended target, but it'll be second and goal. They'll look to throw again. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Luke Farrell, his first touchdown. So now this offense will take over, and they will have the football at their own 20-yard line. Off-play action. Hawkins. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Darius Leonard, the linebacker. And he'll bring this one. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And we essentially have a brand-new ball game. After that last field goal has tied us all up, we brace for what should be an exciting rest of this fourth quarter. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Hawkins buying time to his left. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. The Jaguars on third down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is 3rd and 4. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. Throwing on first down. Hawkins looking downfield for Jones. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Now this throw caught left side, and he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield, and when they see openings, take their shots.
And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
As defensive coordinators around the league tell me all the time, that throw is not for every quarterback because you've really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight window for him to fit that one into. In this case, unsuccessfully.
But the passing game right now for them, not overly impressive. Last week he hit on right at 50%. This week he's under 50%.
And it's not just on him. Protection, a few breakdowns along the way that's made him get off the spot. Receivers not getting their way open downfield. The coverage has been awfully tight. They've got to all get together and find ways to make this passing game get in gear.
On 1st and 10, Hawkins. Throw left side complete. That's Jones. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
They'll run on first down. Robinson, and he takes it down to the 10-yard line. 60 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
That was good, tough running right up the middle, and if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. So that run gets them about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And they're knocking on the door. 2nd and goal now in a one-score game. On 2nd down, it's Robinson. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal.
This has been an up-and-down, back-and-forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive, take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
Third and goal now, mere inches from pay dirt. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And they'll take this into the end zone. Touch. So this offense will head back out there, already in excellent field position thanks to the interception. On 1st down, Robinson. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. So this offense will head back out there, already in excellent field position thanks to the interception. Here's Robinson again on 2nd down. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. On 3rd down, it's Robinson. And he's going to come up well shy of the 1st here as the tackle's made right around the 12. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. Will put this one through, and the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. Well, partners, still a head-scratcher to me how this one ended, down 3. I just thought, no matter the situation, you're in a spot where you can kick that field goal, go to overtime. Why not do it?
And this is where I think the analytics guys are going to continue to get more and more traction in the league. We've talked about different people now saying, I need a game management coach, someone in the booth to take the emotion out of it. Did they lose track of where they were on the clock, right? Did they lose track of where they were on the field? Was it makeable for their kicker? All those things come into play here, and it turns out they don't get it done.
So for the Jags, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they will be at home for one next week against the Las Vegas Raiders. Meanwhile, for the Colts, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they will get a home date next week as they will take on the Buffalo Bills. So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say good night, everybody, from Indianapolis.
You know, as longtime fans of the NFL, we've gotten used to hearing worn-out quotes from coaches and players. You know the classics like, we're going to treat this like any other game, right? How many times have you heard that one? So that's what makes this next audio clip so special. Because the matchup on Thursday night was anything but any other game for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Check this. Here's what a microphone captured inside the tunnel just before they took the field.
This is our time. We do it now. Right now. Because tonight, we got all eyes on us. It's prime time. Let's show who we are.
All right, now, I'm sure most of you